hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Wentz will try again on second down. Escaping the pressure right, and incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Yeah, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
Black. 82. Trey 15.
Now Wentz on third down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got it first and goal at the 6. They'll give it to Mixon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And Wentz not going to take the snap here. Instead, he turns and calls a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Wentz. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Over. Gone.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Flush to his right. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Run.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Now he's forced out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Wentz now on first down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And his throw is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now Wentz. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback,
yeah,
you got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch 85, ball's going 85. Hot! Hot!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They were looking for Johnson that time. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Lefty, lefty.
A final shot before half for Wentz. To Mixon on the check down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now Wentz steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Leave flag 3, leave flag 3.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Joe Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Raider D, they get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Gone!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Byrne. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now this time, Wentz will throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Here's Wentz to throw, and that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And he's able to get it out of there. And now here come the Raiders. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
got you now, Barney.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there at 22. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
From the 15 now after the sack. It's third and goal. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Colby Lisenby, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. On first down, Wentz. They'll roll him out right. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air on second down. Wentz eluding the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll set up a throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And it's no good. Just short. He gave it a good run, but maybe a foot or two short of the crossbar.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Wentz going to throw. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaq Lawson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 50.
They'll look to throw. Going up top. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And it's up and good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. A little 360. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He completes it to Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. From the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. Gold able to tack on the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Gone.
He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on first. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Looking to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Now there's the timeout, signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And he's not able to come through. This is no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. Well, we were prepping for overtime up here in the booth, partner. Thought for sure we were destined for OT. And then the chip shot field goal, no good. A tough loss.
Oh, without question, because when you're saying prepping, I was locked in. I think you were too. We're going to overtime. I was already gathering my thoughts about, okay, how do we start? What happens with the coin toss? Who's going to play defense first? And I have to admit, I'm in a little bit of shock that he missed that field goal.
I'm absolutely still in shock. Just a tough way to end it.